Hello, hello. Workshop 6. Body breathe awareness. Regulate self with compassionate care. I'm Amelia Zontini, your compassion captain. And tonight I turned the video on. I put the slides away and I've decided to interact with you in this format. I encourage everyone who listens to this replay or is on the call tonight with me live to provide me with some feedback. Let me know what you're preferring. You want to stare at me while I speak with you? Or are you finding the slides even more beneficial? Or if you're looking for something kind of mixed. And I'm getting more and more technically savvy as the weeks go on and learning what my capabilities are and putting a little faith in myself that I can learn what I don't know yet to accommodate for everyone. In the meantime, let us activate our listening bodies and begin. I am beginning with the story of the two wolves. Maybe you've heard this before. It is considered a parable, a mimetic legend. It's been handed down from one individual to another over the years, over the centuries, perhaps. I actually don't know how far back it goes. It has been attributed to the Cherokee or other indigenous American peoples that have retold this over and over again. Typically focuses on a grandfather or an elder passing on wisdom to a young listener. I myself feel that I am very young in a lot of what I'm learning. As we've reviewed over last and past workshops, this information regarding neuroscience and resilience and building confidence through these exercises of grounding and self-awareness and seeing that how it's applied through science has only been over the last couple of decades, y'all. So none of us, at least of my age group, were raised with this education. And most likely this is new for all of us as we go through these stages. And that's where the compassionate care comes into play. Let us remember that we may not have been taught this growing up. The people in our life, the elders in our lives, may not have understood the capacity for healing and resilience that our bodies really are designed for. So let us just simply, I invite you now to settle in the chair. Like I said, activate your listening body to understand why maybe this lesson is coming for us tonight, showing us something. I wonder what it is. And uh, hear the story for the first time with fresh ears and opened awareness. I'm going to look down and read this. I do not have it memorized. Okay. All right. The Tale of Two Wolves. One evening, an elderly Cherokee brave told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil, it is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one that you feed." Now, this is the first half of the story, and quite honestly, when I was looking this up, this was the only story I knew that was in reference to the story of two wolves. However, there is more to the story, and I'm going to continue on. The old Cherokee simply replied, "If you feed them right, they both win. You see, if I only choose to feed the light wolf, The dark wolf will be hiding around every corner, waiting for me to become distracted or weak and jump to get the attention he craves. He will always be angry and will always fight the light wolf. But if I acknowledge him, he is happy, and the light wolf is happy, and we all win. For the dark wolf has many qualities: tenacity, courage, fearlessness, strong willed, and great strategic thinking that I have a need of at times. These are the very things that the light wolf lacks. But the light wolf has compassion, caring, strength, and the ability to recognize what is in the best interest of all. You see, son, the light wolf needs the dark wolf at his side. To feed only one would starve the other, and they will become uncontrollable. To feed and care for both means they will serve you well and do nothing that is not a part of something greater, something good, something of life. Feed them both, and there will be no more internal struggle for your attention. And when there is no battle inside, you can listen to the voices of deeper knowing that will guide you in choosing what is right in every circumstance. Peace, my son, is the Cherokee mission in life. A man or a woman who has peace inside has everything. A man or a woman who is pulled apart by the war inside him or her has nothing. How you choose to interact with the opposing forces within you will determine your life. Starve one or the other, or guide them both. Wow. Yeah. I mean, after all, there has been a bit of a stigma, if I think about it, on positive growth mindset. And I get it because life is hard. I do. I think you know. I think you know. I think we understand that here in the density of this earth realm where we exist feels, yeah, feels pretty tight sometimes, feels pretty thick sometimes, feels pretty hard sometimes. Um, and that is what we're going to continue to experience. And when we can remember that it's a harmonizing energetic exchange that we live in. I remember going to a chiropractor a few years ago, and he referred to this tight area in my lower back as stuck energy. It's the first time I'd ever heard it referred to that. And then so he was the first indicator that there was something more that I could look into about this energy aspect. And we mentioned in an earlier workshop, everything is energy. We can generate energy. We are now learning that heart has more of an energetic frequency coming from us as we move through the world than our minds. And our hearts have a tiny brain that can signal to this actual mainframe brain just as easily as the brain can communicate to the body. So when we can center our focus on heart and allow that space of unconditional love to be basically reverberating from us into the environment that we are in, we allow ourselves this grounding space where we are opening to whatever is possible. Now, in order for me to be able to do that, I must access a space of neutrality. And for me, the only way to do that is to get my body relaxed. In order for me to relax my body, I must access a sense of stillness. Okay, stillness may not exist in your current situation, and yet, when we can become the eye of the storm, yes, then we have more accessibility to what is sourcing that neutrality and grounding. Then we are able to stand and coordinate the chaos in a way that may not need and require us to do a single thing, but stand there and be the conduit of the higher energy flowing to us and through us. And I hope you're still with me. In the meantime, let's get up. Okay? All right. So we're going to access our neutral zone. And the way I work to do this is through the steps that we've already reviewed in previous workshops. We're going to stand with our feet just under our hip bones and firmly on the floor beneath us. If you are not able to stand at this time, remain seated. And if you aren't able to access your feet from a physical purpose, you can actually imagine your body is whole. And if you're in lying position because you cannot sit or stand, that's okay too, because we get to use our imagination. So using your imagination, see your body whole with a head and a trunk and legs, feet, arms, hands, fingers, toes. See your body whole. Using your thinking brain, your mind's eye, to access the imagination and imagine your body is whole at this time. Standing with me, you can even tap. Yep. And this is a mind brain hack. We're literally telling our brains, yep, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm present. I'm present and here. Feet are hip width apart. And if you're using your imagination, see that again in your projector, right? You are the creator. I am the creator, and I can create an image where I see a image of me, whole body, with my feet underneath my hips, standing firm and grounded, like a tree. So bringing in the metaphor of the tree. Now, what I would like us to imagine is that we actually are connected to amazing energy, life force energy. And as I have mentioned in the previous workshops, we don't just come out with a cord and plug it in and charge ourselves overnight. Our body is charged through nature. Our body is charged through movement. Our body is charged through light. Our bodies are charged through rest. Our bodies are charged through breath. Everything in our divine design is here for us to access, to charge, to bring more life force energy to us and through us by utilizing our imagination and setting attention to what we want to grow. So what we set our attention to grows. Just like the wolves. If we're going to feed one wolf, the other one doesn't get fed, right? So if we're going to feed, oh, I'm too tired to do this. Oh, I don't have enough energy for this. Oh, this is too hard. Then we're going to feed that wolf and we're going to be out of alignment. However, if we say, and I love this, I love these double affirmations, and these showed up when I was teaching 4-year-olds during COVID, all about how to find the harmony in our thoughts. So you might say, oh my gosh, I am so tired, and yet I'm a good person and I'm interested in this, so I'm going to give it whatever I think I can give it. Oh my gosh, this is in my way. I can't see a possible way around it. And yet, the fact that I'm sitting here even pondering the curiosity of what I might do if I found a sideways route means that I am available for something out of this hardness. I am available to soften my focus, to create some balance. And in that awareness, I grow, I expand, I continue on a path that is taking me somewhere. I'm no longer stuck because I use my curiosity and I use that affirmation that includes both. And I feel that that is, for me, more realistic than constantly having to feed myself with positive affirmations. That's one way to go about it, and that's what we're focusing on tonight. So, the neutral zone, you're here, you're grounded. Shake it off, okay? Everything is energy. So, we can brush off energy, we can tap off energy. So, go ahead and tap up and down your body, your arms, chest, belly, back. You can blow energy off. I learned this in my teaching artist training, so I'm not making this up. You can look it up. Put your hands together. Rub them really good. Do you feel that shift? Do you feel that energy building? Place it one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Breathe. Hold it at the top and release. Focus on having a short inhalation, holding it, and then having a long exhalation. Woo, right? Inhale, hold, exhale. You might make a sound. You might breathe like you're breathing out a candle. Inhale, hold, and release. Great. Now we're working towards a little bit of a calmer breath. And remember, we're doing our belly breathing in this moment. So putting your hands, both hands on your belly. We've reviewed this, maybe workshop 2 or 3. You can go back to it. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Amelia Zontini, and I have a 10-minute ocean breathing, rest and digest breathing session, so to speak, over there. So you want to breathe, and you bring all the air into your diaphragm, and when you exhale, you bring it back towards your spine. Inhale. Exhale. See how my diaphragm is expanding on the inhalation? Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Okay, shake it off. Move around. Now, imagining that we're a tree. Go back to that metaphor. The bottom of your feet, there are these energetic coils that are uncoiling. These energetic cords that are just uncoiling beneath your feet now. And using your imagination, you see them, they're coming out like roots. All the energy, all the legacy of you, all the steps that you have taken, they have rooted you in a place that connects you to something higher and bigger than ourselves. And just like trees, we have roots. And we can imagine now that those roots are going into the earth beneath us, into the floor beneath us, into the floors beneath us, into the ground beneath us, into the soil, spreading deep and out and touching the hot liquid lava in the center of the earth. However that looks to you is perfect. Perfect. Rooting yourself up. But now imagine that you can walk, right? You can lift your feet up and you're still connected, okay? Okay, I know this is fun. This is using our imagination, and I encourage everyone to do so now. Now, imagining now that your legs are part of the trunk of the tree, and your arms are like the branches of the tree, and they can move and expand and grow. They can even produce fruit when we are encouraging that contribution, that propagation of fruit. Now, imagining just like trees, we have a crown on our head. So imagining you have a crown on your head and it's connected to the sky above. So imagining that there's even a light light-filled stairs coming out of the crown of your head, going up, 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 up to the galaxy, to the universe, connecting to all that is. Hmm? And now, where we are standing, there is an energetic orb. And maybe some of you can recognize this in the idea that we can walk into a room and feel the energy of it, or perhaps you might recognize when someone walks in the room because you can just feel their good energy. It's a vibe. Have you heard that? It's a vibe, right? They've got a vibe. Well, we're going to create, in using our imagination, a vibe. Yeah? Okay. Now, through the crown of our head, where it's connected to all that is, imagining that a light waterfall, just tons and tons of light. And you can also help this along by using your imagination, like a sun or a bright full moon is just above us, and the light that is radiating off the sun or the moon is just accessing through the crown of our head. And at the same time, everything that is what we want to let go of is moving down through the roots and connected to the center of Earth. And we know just by watching nature, nature thrives, nature transmutes, nature shifts us. And so we're just going to be releasing what no longer serves us through the bottom of our feet and bringing in what is for us in terms of this light waterfall. We become a conduit just in this human body vessel of light and release, possibility, and letting go. So when you breathe in and release, hold, and relax it out. All along, imagining that there is energy just flowing, like energy highways, throwing all through you. And the more that we can clear the clutter, bringing in more light, we are attracting more abundance and working as a balance to expand our current situation, moving us to where we need to go. Remembering that sometimes we need and require courage. We need and require the challenging stuff, the dark wolf, in order to understand what do I need to learn in this and where I need to let go of something or someone so that I can move more into the direction of the light. I like to say that we live in a paradox in a lot of ways. Okay, so right now we just need to shake that off and go back to neutral, go back to neutral, your neutral. So this is your neutral. The idea is it becomes sustainable when we can recognize in our own bodies what neutral feels like. So we're going to do this right now together. Again, grounding, placing the bottoms of your feet and spreading the roots out connected. And it's good to inhale that energy. Breathe in and release, right? Release. Imagine that every time you breathe in, you're breathing in light. And every time you breathe out, you're spreading the light. What color is your light? Maybe put a color to your light. Maybe put a color to your light and your hand becomes the paintbrush. And you can become the artiste and start coloring in the light, even around you, behind you, below you, to the side of you, to the front of you. I'm using the color yellow. I'm feeling I need yellow. Perhaps you need orange. Imagining what your favorite thing in orange colors look like, or purple, or yellow, or green. You're shifting into the gratitude of what you love now. And when you're ready, pause your painting, place your hands out, close your eyes, and breathe. We're finding neutral. You may not feel a thing right now, but it comes with practice, and practice makes progress. Breathe in. You might even have to do some tiny trust circles on the bottom of your feet. Introducing that in workshop 5. Just slowly doing small, tiny little rotations on the bottom of your feet until you get to a place of center. Center. Everything in your body is relaxed. Allow gravity to put the weight into the bottom half of your body, but also just relaxing. If you're sitting in a chair, just let your body sink into the chair. If you're laying down, let your body just sink into the whatever's underneath you, the couch, the mattress. Excuse me. I'm going to stop talking for 20 seconds or so that you can breathe and find your center. Begin. Very nice. Take a nice breath in and put your hands over your head and reach up to the sky. Thank you, sky. And bend at your hips and reach down to the floor as close as you can. Thank you, ground beneath me, for always making sure I had some place to hold myself as I walked and journeyed. Thank you, roots, right? Show your body some gratitude. Thank you, smile. Thank you, heart. Thank you, brain. Gratitude raises our vibration. Now, moving into the 8 count shakeout. Again, you can use a chair if you need to. And we're going to do right hand, left hand, right leg, left leg, right arm, right leg, left leg. 8, 6, 4, 2, and then 3 counts of 1. Here we go. And so imagining now you're full of light and you're like a superhero. And every time you shoot your appendages out, light comes out. Okay? And count with me. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I'm going in reverse today, but we're going to go with it. Okay, again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 3 counts of 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and shake it all over. Shake it off. Cover the space now. Walk around. How are you feeling? How does the floor beneath you feel now? Are we feeling a little less weighted? Are you feeling a little more like the blood is rushing a bit more? Perhaps you feel a rush of energy. Perhaps you're looking at me like, I don't know what this is all about. Feel your feet beneath you as you walk. Now, using your imagination, imagine that you're walking on pebbles. So how would that affect your walk if you're walking on pebbles? Just using your thoughts. I'm walking on pebbles. What would What would that feel like if I walked on pebbles? Now, ouch. Now, imagine that you're walking on silk. Silk, a beautiful silk rug that you can kind of run your feet on. It's smooth. It's so lovely. You might even want to lay on the floor. I won't do that on camera, but you might just want to feel it. You might even imagine that you can pick this silk up and wrap it around you. And if you're doing that or not doing that, I think it's a great idea to come in right now and give yourself a big old squeeze. We live in expansion and contraction. So let's feel what that feels like when we find balance in the two movements. Breathe in, expand, and breathe out. Yes, yes, breathe in, expand, and breathe out. Ooh, yes, well, come on down. Come on back to your chair. Come on back to the screen. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Working with the energies is what I do a lot because one, we've all given free will of choice as human beings. That is that is something we all equally have, free will of choice. So that means that to honor my free will of choice also needs me to honor your free will of choice, which then means that I cannot control what you do or how you respond or when you respond. Same way you cannot control how I respond to situations that are created even by others. I am always in control of the way, of the words that I say, of the thoughts that I have, of my actions. Now, I might have my actions limited. Someone might instill parameters for me, but within those parameters, I can navigate. Even in the worst case scenarios like grief, loss, pain, suffering, abandonment, rejection. I'm just saying things that I've gone through. You might even say out loud what you're thinking. Bring those to the table. Bring awareness to them right now. Put a name to them. Because that's all the dark wolf needs, is to be seen and heard. That's all the dark wolf needs. Just tell me how you're feeling. I'm feeling angry. Okay. What do you need and require to shift? Empathize. Empathize with the feeling. Feel the feeling. Let your body have the organic response, the chemical response that happens when we are triggered. It, without feeding it another story, it should only last 90 seconds to 3 minutes. 90 seconds to 3 minutes of frustration, anger, disappointment, to just have the feeling, not to feed it with another thought, not to put your attention to that feeling so it grows. Name it. I am feeling blank, and I want to feel like blank. Now we are programming our brain to dig into our data collection, our human life experience, and recognize other times in my life where I felt what I want to feel like. I may not be feeling joy right now, but that time on the beach at sunset with my grandma, oh my gosh, you know, joy, bliss. That moment when I held my little girl in my arms, bliss. you can have a visceral response to a thought or a memory. And that means it's going to either be a good memory or a bad memory. And I've got plenty of bad memories. And the whole point of this practice is to recognize that is human. We are meant to feel all our feelings. What we get to do with those feelings is the powerful self within. When we can recognize through awareness that our body is feeling a certain way, we can also shift and reframe and ground into what we really are looking to have. Look, I do this all the time. I play with this all the time. And I might not have great moments throughout the day. I might be really recognizing that in a moment I've got 15 files open and I don't know where to focus right now. And then as soon as I find focus, someone walks in the door and shifts my focus. And then I got to recenter again. And then I have to breathe. I get to breathe and ground. And I might have 30 seconds or I might have 30 minutes. But in those times, it's me. It's me at the executive panel, right? The master panel. I'm pushing the buttons. The Chinese philosopher and writer Lao Tzu is quoted to have said, "Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. They become your destiny." What a great quote. What a great quote. Because the stories that we tell ourselves, shape our beliefs, our identity, and it shapes the reality of our experience here on Earth. I'm going to say that again because I feel like I need to hear it again. The stories that I tell myself, they shape my belief. They shape my identity. And then they shape my reality. I'm going through a big life change right now. My family now exists from 2 homes instead of 1. But it's still my family because I'm going to think that way. I'm going to think to myself, you know what? Regardless of where the other parent is, we are together for the sake of our child, for the sake of our future, for the sake of the legacy in which we want to use, to want to live from. And I'm sharing vulnerably with you. So thank you for holding the space for me. I've grieved. I have watched the towers burn and crumble to the ground. And I have sat with my own responsibility for building on sand, for not listening, for overlooking the real situation because that was too painful for me to recognize. And yes, towers burned, buildings crumbled, and I'm still standing. And I have a choice. I can choose to feed whichever wolf I need and require to feed so that I stay within harmony here, the peace. I think I've also brought up the idea that this is your house, the body of my soul. This house, this home, this body houses my soul. And I'm connected to something bigger than myself, past my understanding. Otherwise, I would charge my phone with this. I would charge my body with this, but I don't. I don't charge my body with this. I charge my body in alignment with nature, with creation, with higher intelligence. So my job here is to clean the clutter, clear it out, move it out. I'm remembering that when we were trying to have a child, I needed to create a space for that child. That bedroom that had been full of boxes and things that I was pushing aside and ignoring had to be taken care of. I needed to be accountable for sorting and removing and tossing out what was not going to serve us to have in that space for a child that we wanted to bring into the world, the miracle. So if you are on the other side of this right now saying, I need a miracle, I need something to change, I need something to shift, then you're in the perfect place because you know what you need. And everything that you need to shift is right inside this soul box. And when we bring in more abundance and joy and laughter and life and nature and sun and moon and people who nourish us, then we are removing the clutter and bringing in more of what we want. Is this easy? No, it has not been easy to do this. Oh my goodness, no. And yet, the freedom that I have found in knowing that I have power in my pause, I have power in my shift, I have power showing myself compassion. That is not weak. I have power within myself to reframe. I've even reframed my languages. Instead of I have to go to work, I get to go to work. I have to pay bills. I get to go to work and I get to pay my bills, right? Reframe so that we bring in more of what we're looking for. My friends, my beautiful, beautiful friends, I feel like this is a good place to pause now for the month. And I encourage us all to use grounding as an access point, to be the eye of the storm around us, to center ourselves and begin to see that when we are in the dark, it's showing us something. It's showing us something. We're not in the wrong. We just need and require to establish a balance. I find it even healthier sometimes to say, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just out of whack with my center. So what do I need and require to do? Drink some water, eat some food, go take a walk, breathe, say something kind to myself. Allow ourselves to process the emotion. And then when we're back into our thinking brain, we might even ask, whoa, why is this coming up for me? What am I meant to learn from this as I grow? As I become more self-aware? This is showing up for me right now because this is a place that I have been hiding from. This is what I've been bearing. So it's coming up because I'm doing the work. It's coming up. What is it showing me? And sometimes it just means I need to go to sleep earlier, or I need to put away my device and read a book. But we have the tools. You have the tools. This is a no equipment needed process. And I know that this is only workshop 6. We're going to keep building on these tools. In the meantime, remember, sign that peace treaty with yourself. Write yourself a love letter. Continue the personal safety plan because it's going to become something wonderful. We're going to turn this into a story. The story that we always know we can write. And the stories are going to change as we change, and that's inevitable. In the meantime, speak to yourself like your own best friend, the cheerleader that you know you've had all along. Speak to yourself like you always wanted to be spoken to as a child. Say things to yourself that you always had hoped that the adult in the room would have told you when you were that age, when you were younger. Because if you're on this call and you're listening to this replay, oh my goodness. You're in it. You're in it to win it. You're already available for this amazingness. It's not closed off to you because you're asking. You're curious. Get curious. Curiosity shifts the thought. Ask yourself, what do I need and require? Ask yourself, what am I learning from this? Ask yourself, else can I be doing right now that would feel better to me? Or what else can I be thinking of? Or what did I just say to myself that made myself so mad? Is that really what's going on? Or is that just a story that I keep repeating and it doesn't feel good? But the more I tell this story, the more of what I'm looking for evidence to back up this story, it shows up. Am I calling myself names? Because those are hurtful things to do. And if I am, why? Where is this coming from? Is this an injury that I need to work on? Is this something from my past that's coming up for me because now I am no better? I know I can shift this. Breathe. Smile. Relax. This higher intelligence that I speak of is in everything. The creator of the universe is a creator of worlds, and you are creator. You are a creation. What are you creating now? I love you. The next meeting will be Monday, November 10th. I'll meet you here. Have a beautiful rest of your evening and a great rest of your week. Be well.